Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it has been 3 days. 72 longest hours of my entire life. Recently, some of you guys might not know, and Jody Coles will probably get into it later today or tomorrow and run down the pay-per-view card, but I've got a bit of a spoiler for you. Didn't turn out the way that the Dangerous family expected it to turn out. I lost the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. My brother, Trey Dangerous, lost the AEW Television Championship. My sister and my girlfriend both fought against each other in the Carnage in the Cage match, and they didn't win the world title, the AEW Women's World Championship. The Dangerous family has 0 gold. And at least on my part, there's only one man that I can think for that, and that one man is Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes, you climbed out of the steel cage by the skin of your teeth. I should have won that match, and you didn't pin anyone for that. So technically, I am still undefeated. I have not been pinned or forced to submit in one match in the history, the short history, but the history of All Elite Wrestling. I don't understand why anything that happened 3 days ago happened. I should not have lost that match. Adrian shouldn't have lost his. Tessa and Alexia shouldn't have lost theirs. But they did. We all lost our cool. We lost our mojo. I would like to say that we ran out of gas, but we didn't. We were all prepared physically and mentally. We learned about our matches a week in advance, so we trained. I learned how to climb fences, stuff like that, for the steel cage. Alexia and Tessa apparently got caught up in the moment. It's a big cage. That's a gigantic cage, 20 feet high. 20 feet high. That is very thin mesh. You can't just fall onto it and expect to not fall through. Probably would have dangled fairly low, but we should have, I guess, had more training. It's not like it was on short notice. We had an entire week to prepare for that show, and we trained our hardest. We came up short. But the thing is, that's not what the Dangerous family does. The Dangerous family, we don't fall short of our goals. We meet them and we exceed them. We're not okay. We are excellent. That is what we strive for every single day, every single week. That's the game plan. We strive for excellence, and apparently we didn't get that. It wasn't a very fun night. The car ride home was a bit silent. Everybody was either on their phones or just angry. Made sure that Tessa and Alexia didn't ride in the same car. I rode back with Tessa and Adrian rode back with Alexia. It wasn't a very good night. It wasn't. We lost. That's all I can say. A lot of people lost. A lot of champions lost their championships. We only had one champion retain, and that was Bea Priestley, and she was going up against 3 of the best women in All Elite Wrestling history. And we blew our opportunity. That's simply what happened. I'm not going to make excuses for anything that happened, because that's not what we do. We take our losses we don't make excuses, but this time I'm not making an exception. And right now I am going to make an excuse. I'm going to make an excuse for Cody Rhodes still riding his father's coattails and getting out of that steel cage by the skin of his teeth, barely making it out alive. And all of us barely made it out alive. We all lost. It was a steel cage match, and that is not a place you want to be, especially if you're claustrophobic. Not like me, I'm not claustrophobic, but if you are, that's a terrible place to be. A gigantic steel cage, yet it feels so tight in there. It's a steel cage that surrounds a 20 feet by 20 foot ring, but it's such a confined space. It's not like an elimination chamber pod, no, but it feels worse than that, because you've got 4 men all trying to do the same thing: pin you, make you submit, or climb out of the cage. And it's really difficult to do your job when 3 other people are trying to do the same thing. It's difficult, it really is. But I have to I'm not going to take my ball and go home. I'm going to stay here and I'm going to fight. Sure, you're going to see a new entrance with me not holding the championship, but that's the sacrifices you have to make. And that's what I'm doing. Right now I'm like a captain without a ship. I'm like Kobe Bryant without basketball. I'm like basketball without Michael Jordan. I'm like football without Tom Brady. I'm lost. I'm so used to having my arm like this with a championship over my shoulder, but that's not what's happening right now for any of us. But we have to wake up, and we gotta wake up and smell the roses. And the roses are not giving off a very pleasant scent right now. And that's just the plan. That's just what we have to do. And our game plan is going to all invoke our rematch clauses next week. Adrian's going to be facing off against Matt Riddle, who is the current TWI television champion. AEW television champion. TWI, that sunken ship was not a very good idea, but I mean, the Dangerous family hasn't had a lot of good ideas recently. It was a bad idea to accept those multi-person championship matches. I had to go into a ring with 3 other individuals: me, JBL, Seth Rollins, and Cody Rhodes. It was not a good idea, and I know that now. So that's why I'm invoking my rematch clause at AEW Double or Nothing, which is our first ever pay-per-view. Will be in 2 weeks or so. So Cody, I'm officially laying down the challenge. I'm officially laying down the gauntlet for you to either accept or decline. And if you decline, that's fine by me, but are you sure that it'll be fine by everybody else? Like your brother, your half-brother, Dustin Rhodes, your friends in the Elite, the BC Elite, you sure they'll be okay with that? And what about Brandy, right? What about her? Didn't think so. So that's about it for me. See you guys later.